Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs, where we empower both new and experienced entrepreneurs, high performance business owners to overcome the challenge of work life balance, burnout, break bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits, behaviors, build new habits, create new rituals, new routines. I'm your host, Muhammad Faraj, and today I'll be talking about why constraints and boundaries makes you a better entrepreneur. So many entrepreneurs they struggle with their constraints. They struggle with so many habits that always hinders their process, that constantly keeps them stuck, that don't allow them to grow, to expand, to improve, to make progress, to get the momentum, to grow their businesses, to be a better version of themselves every day, every week, every month, to improve, to accomplish daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals. Unfortunately, not implementing constraints, boundaries will always bring the life that you don't want, the life that you don't like, the life that doesn't make you happy, that doesn't fulfill you. It's because you are running in autopilot every day, every week, repeating the same habits, the same routines, the same behaviors, and after a month, after a few months, you look back at your life, you notice that you haven't improved a lot, you haven't made that big progress, you haven't reached your milestones that you have set for yourself, you haven't grown your businesses, you haven't moved forward. So you become disappointed, you start to question yourself, why am I not moving as fast as I expect? Why am I not improving my entrepreneurial life? Why am I not growing my businesses? Why am I not getting clients? Why am I not attracting audience or customers? Why am I not improving my businesses? Why am I not getting the results that I always wish? So, not following, not having constraints will cost you a lot, will cost you to lose so much time. Unfortunately, you lose a whole season. Seasons go by, years go by, and you look back at your life, you haven't achieved enough. You haven't made your dreams come true. You haven't bought that house that you always dreamed to buy. You haven't designed or built that life that you always dreamed to have. So why not start from today setting constraints, boundaries, so you can get closer to your goals, to your dreams, to the entrepreneur that you meant to be? Why don't you implement and commit to your constraints, to your boundaries, to your non-negotiables, so you can become unstoppable entrepreneur, so you can become like Iron Man in your business, so you can move faster, much faster than your current situation? Because so many entrepreneurs they set goals, they prepare to-do list, they put tasks, projects, but it seems like they tell themselves, I'm gonna work today, I'm gonna work in my highest potential, I'm gonna do the work, I'm gonna complete all these projects, all these tasks, I'm gonna attend all these meetings, conferences, and activities, I'm gonna do my best, I'm gonna implement all those habits, I'm gonna do the hard work, I'm gonna make this week the best week in my life, I'm gonna reach my monthly goal. But they look back and they see after a while that they haven't met their ambitions, they haven't gotten that result, they haven't made a big progress, they haven't completed those tasks, those projects that are outlined on their to-do list. They they thought they will make progress. They thought they will move much faster. But when they look back and they see they haven't done that much, they become disappointed. They become less efficient. They say to themselves, they tell themselves, I'm not that good. I'm not a good entrepreneur. I'm not doing the hard work. I'm not committing. I'm not doing my things, my tasks that I'm supposed to do. I'm not doing good, healthy, positive, productive habits. I'm always failing. I'm bad. I'm not good enough. This is hard. So you're not setting your constraints. You're not aware of those habits, those behaviors that are stealing your time, that are stealing your energy, that doesn't let you to grow, to expand, to improve. So that's why you feel stuck in your entrepreneurial life. That's why you look back at your day, at your month, at your week. You look at your shadow. You haven't made that big progress. You haven't moved so much forward. You haven't accomplished enough. So you criticize yourself. You blame everyone. So why not starting from today, being aware of habits, behaviors, routines that are creeping in your entrepreneurial life, that bring you the same life that you don't want, that seems like don't let you to make progress, to get better, to develop skills, to learn more, to grow, to adopt a growth mentality. So why not start implementing those non-negotiables? You have habits around your workplace. You have habits in your life that always don't let you to become a better entrepreneur, to grow, to achieve success, to become a new version of yourself, to transform yourself. Those habits that don't let you to meet your new version, your new self, your transformed version of yourself. So that's why I choose to talk about constraints and boundaries and why they are very, very effective way to improve your entrepreneurial life, to improve your life, to improve your health, your performance, your productivity. Because if you feel like you're lacking something, if you feel like you haven't achieved anything in your life, if you feel like others are achieving, others are making wins, others are accomplishing, but you look at yourself, you're the same every day, every week, every month, and you get tired of this. You get tired of habits, certain habits, behaviors they are running in autopilot in your life that always keep you feel miserable, not feeling achieved, not feeling happy, not feeling healthy, not feeling excited. Those habits are keeping you stuck. They are holding you back. Those habits, they don't let you to break through in your entrepreneurship, to skyrocket in your business. So it's very, very important that we become aware of our constraints, our non-negotiables, our boundaries, because I'm telling you from my own experience, I'm talking about years of burnouts. I'm talking about years passed by. I didn't do good habits. I didn't perform, implement, build new habits. I kept running those old, unhealthy, negative habits that always kept me stuck and feeling stagnant. When I went to the gym, I felt boring and depressed. When I came back home, I felt boring and depressed. Even when I went outside for activities, for events, meeting up with friends, I didn't enjoy because I had the same life every month, every year. I got sick and tired of this life. I got sick and tired about those habits, those behaviors, those routines. They were killing my progress. They were keeping me constantly stuck. They were preventing me from reaching my goals, from making my dreams come true, from making me feeling depressed instead of being happy. So those habits, those routines, those behaviors, they need constraints, they need boundaries, they need decisions that you make, those habits that are avoiding you to reach the life that you always dreamed and wished. They don't let you to achieve success in your entrepreneurial life. So it's time to make a decision and put them on a paper, make a list. I am going to fight those habits, those behaviors. I'm going to set my non-negotiables, my boundaries, my constraints, so I can develop, so I can grow, I can improve, I can become a better version of myself, so I can feel happy, proud in front of my family, in front of my friends, my relatives, my colleagues, and most importantly, so I can feel happy and proud of myself when I look at myself on the mirror, feeling happy and proud of the person that I'm looking at. So constraints and boundaries, they are very, very crucial. They are very, very effective area in your entrepreneurial life, and you should definitely work on this. You need to have boundaries and constraints. You need to have parameters around your work area, because if you're setting goals, if you are setting tasks, projects, scheduling them, and planning, preparing, and after a day, after a week, after a month, when you look at those, most of them are not accomplished, most of them are not implemented. You haven't worked in so much, you haven't invested your time, your energy on those tasks, you haven't met your deadlines, or you overdo your deadlines. You set deadlines, but you overdo those deadlines. You have passed with your deadlines for a week, for 2 weeks. So this is a big signal that you need to implement boundaries, constraints, and they need to be non-negotiables, my friend. There is no negotiating. It's time to break those habits. It's time to set a limit, parameters, boundaries to those habits, to those routines, behaviors. So that way, instead of wasting so much time, energy on those behaviors, on those habits, your constraints, your boundaries are your allies. They support you, they back you up, they save you so much time, energy, so you can put or power your time, your energy on your future, on your goals, on your dreams, instead of on distractions, on procrastination, on habits, behaviors that are not serving you, that you don't want to hold on to them anymore. That's it. You make a decision and that's it. I am not negotiating anymore. And you need to say no to them. That's it. I'm saying yes. Every yes. Every time you say yes to your future, to your healthy habits, to your productivity, to your focus, to your tasks, to your projects, to your dreams, to your goals, it's a vote for the type of person you are becoming, for the new version of yourself. You are making a vote, or you are casting a vote to the other self of you. So you need to prepare a list, my friend. You need to bring a pen and a paper and set 10-15 minutes timer, and you need to sit, think with yourself, what are the habits, what are the behaviors, the routines that are not serving me anymore. It's time to remove them. It's time to throw them away. It's time to isolate yourself from those behaviors. What are those? When are they happening? In what area? In which environment? Look at your environment. Develop and improve your environment. And follow a system. You need to implement a system, a structure that you follow. Not for 1 day or 2 days. You follow your structure, your system every day, every week, every month. You need to repeat those habits. You need to repeat your constraints, your boundaries, your non-negotiables. You need to repeat them so many times so they can become automatically. So that way you don't need to think about them anymore. They will run in autopilot mode in your life. You don't need to think about them. You don't need to put so much time, energy. You don't need to pressure on yourself either. So it's time to break those habits. It's time to set those limits and perform in your best way, in your high potential. Because those habits, they should not have a place to live in my life. I don't want them. I don't want to have those behaviors, those routines. I have learned to say no and learned to say yes to my goals, to my future, to the life that I want to build and design, and saying yes to my why, to my calling, to my purpose, to the service that I want to provide to people, to help others. So the reason why you're not reaching that life that you always daydreaming, visualizing, imagining, the reason why you're not making your dreams come true is because you have habits. There are behaviors around your life, around your workplace, around your health, around your productivity, around your performance that are constantly avoiding you from becoming a new version, a better version of yourself. So start working on your constraints, on your boundaries. Set a timer, bring a piece of paper and write down what are the habits, what are the behaviors, what are the thoughts, what are those feelings, what are those people, what are those things that it seems like every time they show up, I start to think, negotiate, should I do them or not do them? Or I'm tired, oh, I can't do it, I don't feel like to do it. No, man, that's it. When those habits, when those behaviors, when those thoughts, feelings, they show up, I stop them. Instead of negotiating, instead of giving them so much attention, instead of thinking about them, instead of focusing on them, instead of saying to yourself, should I do it or not? No, remove them. And so you can feel better, so you can feel happy, so you can feel healthy, so you can enjoy being lighter, faster, better, healthier, happier, proud of yourself, proud of the family that you are raising. Why not work on my boundaries, on my constraints? Because unless you are working and focusing on your constraints, your boundaries, that means you don't care about your goals, you don't care about your dreams, you don't care so much about your business, about your family, because you don't want to leave your comfort zone. You would rather stay with those habits, with those behaviors, with those thoughts, but You don't want to invest your time, your energy, and leaving your comfort zone to break those habits, to put limits and constraints, boundaries, so you can remove them. So I'm telling you from my own experience, I struggled a lot with those habits, with those behaviors, and I ended up feeling exhausted, tired, and burned out. And so often I was telling myself, why my life is not changing? Why is not getting better? Why am I not performing in my highest potential? Why am I not succeeding just like others? I feel jealous when I look at other successful entrepreneurs. I don't feel jealous about their material things, about their houses, about their cars, about their money, about their bank accounts, about their clothes, about their life or the lifestyle that they have. The only thing that I feel jealous of those successful entrepreneurs, of those successful high performers, is the way they organize their life. They have good, positive, healthy habits, and those habits they promote them, they help them grow and design the life that they always dreamed. So they are organized, they follow constraints, boundaries. That's why they're succeeding, that's why they're enjoying winning in life, achieving, accomplishing, and they just move forward. They don't move backward. They're, you see them, they're just achieving, making wins, getting better, improving their life, even their children's life. Why can't I be just like them? So we waste so much time, so much energy every day, every week, every month, and we are losing so much in our life, unfortunately. And if we just commit to our boundaries, to our constraints, to our non negotiables for 1 month, for 2 months, for 6 months, for a year, look how much time you have saved, how much energy you have stored, how much accomplishments, achievements you have made. Instead of spending 2, 3 years on a business just simply by following constraints, boundaries, non negotiables, and you stop thinking about them, you don't negotiate, you don't give any focus or attention. Just simply by doing this, you can perform much, much more faster. You can become much more productive. You can become a special, unique, laser focused. You can perform in your highest potential. You can implement stuff. You can accomplish. You can complete activities, projects, tasks in much, much faster pace than your current situation. So, if we want to have a successful life, we need to make sure that we have boundaries and constraints and that we follow them, not just put them on a paper. We need to follow them. We need to be aware of them. We need to make sure that we don't skip them, that we don't think about them. We just do them. We just take actions. And if you want to align your habits, your routines with your ambitions, with your entrepreneurial goals, you have to follow your constraints, your boundaries, because they are supporting you. I know some of you say, well, I don't feel comfortable when I follow my constraints, my boundaries. I feel like life is like a jail, or I feel like limited. No, my friend, don't say this. Your limits, your boundaries, your constraints are making you a better version of yourself every day. They are stopping you from repeating those habits that no longer serve you, that no longer contribute to your success, to your happiness. So you have to set those constraints. You have deadlines. If you have set deadlines for your projects, for your tasks, you need to do the work, and you need to put so much pressure on yourself to complete those activities, those tasks before deadlines. If you have set a boundary or a constraint to go to the gym on a specific time, when the time comes, do not negotiate. Do not tell yourself, oh, should I go or not? Oh, I feel tired. Oh, the weather is rainy. Oh, I don't feel like it. I'm not in a good mood. No, man, don't say this. Just do it. If you have put it on your schedule, if you have scheduled time to go to the gym in a specific time, just like I do, I just go to the gym. That's it. If I don't go, that means I'm not committing to my promises, to my goals, to my dreams. So I have planned my day. I have prepared my to-do list. I know how my schedule look like for the day. I need to follow, just like other companies, just like schools. They have schedule, they have system, they have boundaries, constraints that they follow, and they don't let people to decide by themselves, oh, should I do it or not? You don't see any student say, oh, can I do my homework at home? Or can I go and look at my mobile or scrolling on social media during the lesson? No one does this. So you have to have those constraints, boundaries, if you want to have or earn the life that you always dreamed to have. So these are the boundaries. So these are some common boundaries, constraints, or non-negotiables that you can set, plan, and implement every day, so you can become a new version of yourself, so you can improve your productivity, your focus, your performance, your health. So for example, you need to set a boundary, a constraint that you're going to bed or to sleep in a specific time. For example, if you need to go to bed at 22 p.m., that's it. This is your constraint. This is your boundary. There is no negotiating. When this time comes, you go to bed. You leave your work. You don't spend any time watching TV or on any devices. So your second constraints and boundaries can be no more devices after 20 p.m. You don't look at any screens. You stop all those devices, all those screens. You remove them and spend time with your family, with your friends, or maybe reading or relaxing. So do not be exposed to any devices, because I'm telling you from my own experience, my sleep was terrible because I was constantly watching screens and not going to bed as I supposed to do. So I was paying the price very expensive in the next day. My performance was terrible. My productivity was worse. My habits, my health was in a risk. I felt terrible. I didn't feel healthy. So another constraint or boundary that you can set, where you need to have a rest time, a relaxation time. Do not put so much pressure on yourself doing the work. Set at least 1 hour, 2 hours a day, every week. This time is specified, is scheduled, blocked on your schedule, and you know in what time of the day you will start these 2 hours, where you are just relaxing, you're just resting, you're just shutting off your mind. You're not working, you're not exhausting your body. So that way, when you come back to your work, when you come back to your family, to your relationships, you feel so energized, you feel recovered, you feel rejuvenated, you feel much better about yourself, about your health. Another boundary constraint that you can set you need to have a day off, at least one day off in your week. We can call it the healthy day off. This day you spend time with your family or being outdoor enjoying a sunshine or your weather. You can spend time with with your friends. You can visit any friends you have or going to the church. For example, for me it's Sunday. Usually on Sunday I don't do any workout, I don't do any work, I don't go even to the gym. I just spend time with my friends, going out for walk in the nature. I go to the church sometimes, meet up with friends. I spend time with the family that I know. So you need to follow these constraints. Another constraint can be that after after 20 p.m. or at least 2 hours before you go to bed, no more snacking, no more drinking, no more coffee, no more tea, no more caffeine. You don't consume any of this at least 2 hours before going to bed. That way, next day you wake up with so much energy, vitality. You are ready to start your day. You feel alive. You feel happy. You feel enthusiastic. You feel like you are ready to tackle all your projects, all your tasks, and attend your meetings. And you perform in a really good way. You show up feeling vitality, feeling happy, excited. You show energy. So these are the constraints, the boundaries that you need to implement. And if you want, there are more constraints, boundaries that you can implement so you can perform in a better way and become a new version of yourself. So remember, constraints, boundaries are your friends. They are supporting you in your mission, in your entrepreneurial journey. They are making you healthier, happier, more successful daily, weekly, monthly, so you can reach your goals or become the person that you are meant to be. That's it. That's what I got for you in this episode. Don't forget to leave a review, subscribe to my podcast. I have a YouTube channel too where you can subscribe. So please leave your comment and tell me your opinion so I can improve, so I can publish a new episode, a new content every week to help you break through in your entrepreneurial life. I have also put a link below in the description area where you have a free guide of the 5 blueprints that will help you break habits, build new habits, and reach the life that you always dreamed. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed and benefit from listening to this content, and I can't wait to publish a new episode to help you break through, achieve happiness and success in your entrepreneurial journey. Bye everyone.